This is Nvda on the 5-minute time frame. Here are your price targets for Friday. We ended the day at $107.21, up 0.94%. To the north side from where we are takes us to one level of resistance and a potential take profit area at 108.68. Above that, at another potential take profit area and resistance, 110.97. and 113.20. Above that, we have a gap that begins at 116, closes out at 119.04, and another gap up here, but we are not in that channel, not in that zone, not even close. To the south side takes us to the middle of the trend and the base line at 104.13, another level of support and another potential buy-in area as well. And below that, another level of support, 99.54, roughly 97.17, and I do not anticipate us to get down to 94.91, but if we should wick to this level, you can bet people will buy in and price will go up. Now, VWAP is in the blue here, right there at 107.45. We're in the post trading hours right now, so ignore that. And looking left, I talked about a while ago this gap that will take us to the south side, and we filled. And I had heard that Nancy Pelosi miraculously sold out before we tanked again, the day before we tanked. I don't know what day that was, because we've tanked quite a lot, but it's amazing how she gets all that information. So we closed to the downside before regular traders do. 109.17. I'm just speculating, of course. And to the south side here, a potential to the south side that I talked about previously, but it opened up on roughly the 9th of August. And then this closed out on Wednesday, which was yesterday, since I haven't looked at this in a little while. I've been extremely busy. And then we had earnings. I do remember making a video or checking that out. Yep, we were at 120. Well, we were at 128 before, and earnings was on the 28th. The day after we started tanking. People took their profits. So this is done. Now, the other landmine to the south side that you need to be aware of that I've talked about before takes us down to 74.08 and then closes out down here. Let's just mark this out for giggles, but we are not there yet, not in that channel, not in that zone. Something to be aware of to the south side. And if we continue to go down, which we will go down, but then we'll also go up for a trade that you can get in and out of. But if we continue to go down and make lower lows every day with some bounces, this could take us, oh, see, it's not even, forget what I said. I have to move this. Let's just go to the 1 hour. See if it gets marked out for me. Yeah. So, oh wait, let's just go to the 15. That will hit sooner. So on the 15, in theory, we could hit it on the 30th of September or thereabouts if we just keep going down in general. And I want to show you one other thing. I've marked this out, the RSI on the monthly, because I get lazy. I don't want to flip it over, but the lowest we've gotten is at 34. So let me just show you the monthly. And if you look at the monthly chart, oh wait, that looks pretty nasty because see, I caught it on August 7th at $98, but on the monthly, this is what we're looking like here. Yeah, it looks very wonky. So we are at resistance, and look at this. We are at resistance up there. We are at resistance on the RSI. If you have one trading indicator and you use the RSI, it will tell you what you need to know in the big picture on the monthly. And this is where I like to troll for bargains. Okay, and Dollar General made it on that list a couple of days ago. I never made a video, but we are still falling. Yep, we are super high. And if you look back in time, the highest we've ever gotten on the RSI is at 97. And we never hit 97. And we've started to fall down though. So keep that in mind. Actually, let me just show you on the weekly. See, also falling. So I expect price to continue to fall. And maybe that's why Pelosi got out. If you just look at the charts, you're going to know. But look at this. On the daily, we started to go, we're still going down, but I feel like this could go down to here and then make its way back again. So I don't know if we're going to make it down to the $67 level, and have even marked it out apparently on this level at $30.55. But since I'm on the daily, we are, oh, look at that, very close to the line of support. If you want to be exactly on support, $100.04. The middle of the trend takes us back to roughly 122.97. And this purple line is a former middle of the trend that I marked out for myself. And now we're down here. So we're in this channel. So back to the 5. And if you want to see the gaps, move the candles. Hold a second. That's the Heiken Ashi. If you want to see the gaps, if you don't want to see the gaps and you want to wipe out all the noise and just play the standard deviations, reversions back to the mean, hit the candles, and then it'll just make it smoother here for you. See, it's back here because I've started. So there. I do not see any gap, so that is what I hit. Wait, let's go back. There we go. All right, now let's go to Tesla, up 4.90%. We hit a high of 235. I have this ticker in my Gap and Go videos that I make every single week. So I talked about this beginning of the 20. Oh, sorry. I've been tracking this, and this gap carried through from the 19th, but this is the beginning of the week right there, Tuesday because of the holiday. And out of the gate on Tuesday, we were right here. We went up a little bit, back down to support, grinding our way up. This was the target, and we've sliced through half of it. So the target will be up to 246.23, but I don't know if we'll hit there Friday. All day long, 2 standard deviations and -2 standard deviations. So if we continue our path up, this could touch Monday. But let me move this back because I'm doing one day at a time for these little videos I make. And the RSI on the 5 has room to move to the upside. Oops. So congrats on that. So your target for Friday, I will mark this out so you can see 2230.17. That way you can tell where I looked at it and marked it out. So we're looking at 236.99. That's resistance. 239.47, and potentially up to 242.59, but don't hold your breath. If we hit this level, we'll sell off again as people take their profits for a potential leg up. And the next forecast for Tesla is $400. We're at 237.17. All right, that's a long ways off. Tesla will whip you around and smack you, beat you up, and then you come back for more. It's like an abused person going back to their attacker. But we just can't help it sometimes. Okay, I digress. That's when you need to get out of that relationship if you're in that. Okay, so we've got this gap that's still in play. 219.52 roughly. And then we've got this gap, but we are moving farther away from this channel. Thank goodness. That will take us down to 201.61. Okay, that's it for Tesla. I also wanted to go over, NEO. This is also in my gap and goes. So at the beginning of the week, this was at 404. We've made our way up because we are still in an upward channel. And we slice through this right here. So let me clean this up while I'm with you. But I'll clean it up again this weekend for the following week. All right, so we are on our way to this gap right here. And that gap takes us to, this is a hot mess because I've tracked NEO for many, many, many weeks. I don't know, maybe 30 something weeks. Yeah, this is a nasty one too because this was did it get into the $60 range? I don't remember now. Well, at least the 52-week range though is $10. Okay, so that's 488 to the upside right there. And then the next gap that we're looking forward to will be 495, taking us out to 528 at this upper channel. I'll clean up the chart when I review this at the end of the week, but congrats. You are up 14%. Yay, finally, even though I know many of you have lost your shirt off on this thing because if you followed some YouTubers, which I don't do anymore. Since I taught myself how to read the chart, I can only blame myself. You shouldn't even follow me. I do not know what I'm talking about. I just have fun looking at the chart. That's it. It's just fun. And if I lose money, I lose money. And if I can make some money, that's great. All right. NEO. Oh, one other thing. I do need to mark this out. 485, and let me change that. TradingView automatically moved or changed out the color. It ticks me off. I don't know how to set it. So if you guys do know how, please let me know. It used to be perfect and now I have to make extra clicks and it drives me bonkers. Okay, let's give you some targets. So we are at 485. Resistance takes us to this gap closure at roughly 489-ish. Okay, that's one level of resistance and another potential take profit area. And if we hit this area, it wipes out this gap. Above that takes us to roughly 499 and then 510. And to the south side, the middle of the trend where price has to slice through to get to the bottom of the channel or making its way from the bottom to the top. So down here will be 467, VWAP in blue, 461, 445, 435, and 424. We have run so much, I will anticipate a pullback just because we've hit 14%. We can't expect this stock to continue to ride without consolidating, barcoding, going sideways, taking profit, and then your next potential buy-in area would be along, well, this turns into support, 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 support. All those lines are support on the way down, and then the granddaddy of the supports will be down here at this level of the gap closure. Okay, that's it. Last one, and I've got to go. This is a trade that I got stopped out on. It was in the pre-morning hours. When I woke up, I saw an email, and that's how I knew that I'm no longer in this trade, although I still have the stock, other shares of this. Okay, so first, let's give you your price targets. That's the most important thing. So to the north side, VWAP, 57.44 in the blue. Middle of the trend and the baseline, 57.84, 58, now let's go 58.54, 58.88, and another level of resistance, 59.23. To the south side, support, a potential buy-in area, 57.15, 56.78, and 56.45. We are down today 0.26% to the downside. Okay, that is it for your price targets for Friday. So looking left, your clear resistance and sell-off. And we didn't touch this line, but look, we've got some green candles. That is support and a potential buy-in area. This will turn into resistance should we be so lucky to get back up here. And I bought in many times with this ticker. So the remaining shares I have after the sell-off is at 48.52. Today I sold off the shares at 48.42. I had sticky fingers and I bought this 2 times, once at 48.42, the second time, stupid me, 48.52. So I got rid of my shares today at 48.52. So from there to there is a return. Let me make sure this is right. 48.52, and I sold out at 56. What did I? Oh, 57.60. 57.60. All right. I set the sell order over here. How did I hit this target, or why did I choose this target? Well, looking left, there was this wick all the way to the upside, and silly me, I wasn't paying attention, didn't set my sell order. So I thought, I know we're going to reverse because we tanked, went up, down, all over the place. And then I thought, well, I'm going to target this area back. So on the 23rd, Friday the 23rd, I put in that order, praying, keeping my fingers crossed that we were going to just retrace. And lucky me, we did. But I'm so stupid because I forgot to check where I set my sell order. I could have looked the night before, knowing that the standard deviations change, because previously when we were over here, I could have seen what direction we were going and adjust my sell level. So we hit it here and then here at 2 standard deviations above. But again, the calculations change. So we hit it here, we went down to support, and then the channel started to get even steeper, and I could have sold out here at 58.13. But I've been tracking this, so I knew that the price target was 56.25. So 56.25, well, the last time I looked at it was 55.71. Let me put this on the 1 hour so you can see what I mean. So this was a price target at one point, and then they keep changing the price target. So I did not mark it out, but I saw 56.25 and thought, well, what is the target after that? $59. So I know eventually we're so close to 59 that I just know we're going to hit it. Well, at least that's what I tell myself. So I did not sell the other shares. I'm selling that off at 59. And look at this, on the 5-minute time frame, it's not within 2 standard deviations for Friday, but it could be on Monday if we continue to go up. So this is the next target, and I will unload my shares, the remaining shares at this price. But because we're in an upward channel, I might just set it at 59.22 to be greedy, or 1 penny above the target is what I might do. And let me show you this on the daily. Okay, ignore all the pink lines. Those are my previous buy lines. The greens are my previous sell lines. And support and resistance and price targets. So I should really delete pretty much everything, but one of these days I will. So all of these gaps to the upside and to the downside have closed out. I just got lazy, never looked at it, didn't track it, didn't really care so much because I was just waiting for my targets to get hit. But right now we are at 57.34 right here. I know it's hard to see. All right, but one target, look, the $59 target basically lines up with the daily time frame. There's 58.78, so right here, very close. So if you don't know what the price target is and you use the standard deviations, that might help you figure out your goal and your target. So that's to this north side. And then on the daily, the next target will be 62.17. To the south side, many levels of support and resistance, but the big line will be 51.94. So that is it for Dominion Energy. Option R to reset. And that is it for me. That's a look at Nvda. Oh wait, I want to do one other thing. The triple Qs. I talked about this earlier and it hit my gap to the south side. So let me clean this up for you. So down here, I said it was going to hit 463.63 and we touched that on Tuesday. No longer a threat to our account to the south side. Delete, delete. Okay, the next target to the south side is this one at closing out at 451.47, and that could close on Friday if we continue our trend to the south side. But right now, while I'm here, and then I'm going to quit because I got to go, 461. Oh, let's just do this. Label background. Is that it? Oops. Here are your targets for Friday. 462.48, 464.98, and 467.33. Baseline, close. Well, we're at VWAP, 461.14-ish is the VWAP, but middle of the trend line, 457.52. The gap starts there at 455.68. 452.57, the gap closes at 451.47, 450.06, and 447.60. This gap that closed out was in play on August the 14th, and this one opened up on August 13th. Okay, for real, that is it. If there is a ticker that you would like me to look over, please let me know. Have a great Friday.